Welcome to Burning the Edge. We would like to welcome to the T our host, Mr. Arthur Miller Jr.
As far as views, that was one of it wasn't the best view I've ever had. The best view ever, I can't pronounce it, but I played in Maui at a course called Kapalua. I don't know how you say it, but now the views there, buddy. And I had to play with rented clubs. So I ain't take my club. I said, man, they're going to lose my club if I take them. And I paid $300 to play this joint. My wife rode with me. I got paired up with two people. It was pretty cool. And the clubs they gave me were like from 1986.
No, they weren't.
Oh, they were old, boy. I think the driver was a Nike. That's how old it was.
Was it Kapalua the one that they play on the PJ Tour? Or was it something?
Yes.
Yeah. Man, you went out there and did the thing.
Hey, I said, I'll never be going back to Hawaii.
Yeah.
It was a one-time deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a tour over there now.
I really think Larry ought to look into playing at y'all's course, Jordan, after y'all told me how nice it was.
Oh, you would love it, Jeff. I couldn't. I'd love to see you out there playing it.
What course we talking about?
Well, the one we played, the one that we played where I hit the tree and
Okay.
That place is now closed. It's not even a golf course anymore.
I'm talking about where you and your brother play now.
Oh yeah, Clarksville. Yeah, Clarksville Country Club. Yeah, it's a 9-hole course. It's got a little bonus 10th hole, a lot like Payne Valley, probably. And it would be really something. I think somebody probably slapped me if I suggested it and we did. But
I'm really trying to figure out what course you was telling Larry don't go play. I really want to
I'll tell y'all, it was John Daly's course.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
It is. It used
it's not
to
even
be,
open now, is it?
I think it's still open, but it's not like they're driving side by sides out there. Like the reason I knew so confidently, we played a tournament there. Me and my brother, it was a 4-man scramble. We went out there and the greens were just sand. And the build up to get to the greens were sandbags. And then there was and then there was some was like sod built up around it. And so like if you hit your ball and like where you normally kick onto the green, it'd just go. So you had to pull it out.
Is it 9 holes?
It's 18.
It is 18.
Yeah. And the thing is, it could be beautiful.
Yeah.
When he first did it though, was it nice?
It was nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Then he just let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, he had big plans for it, but he's still out there doing his thing. And
yeah. I had heard he let buddies or families try to run it, and it just, how that goes.
Yeah. We were out there, and I'm like, what is that? I hear, it's 2 side-by-sides with big mud tires are out there. I was like, huh.
So it's just a big drink fest, probably.
It was, yeah.
I guess that's kind of how he lives his life, so I guess.
That's how he lives.
Yeah. Honestly, after playing it and everything, like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, why would you expect anything different?
Right. Yeah. So anyways, Larry was like getting fillers out there about places to play the first year, and I was like, dude, no, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So how do y'all feel about the live golf thing? Because they didn't invite Greg Norman to the Masters, and one of the reasons they believe the chairman of the Masters said because it would just take away from the course and the guys playing out there. He would be a big spectacle, and then he also had come in and said if one of the live guys win, then they were going to have a big party on 18 green or something. So,
yeah,
of course you knew then you're not getting invited, Yeah. So, how do y'all feel about the live golf tour, and have y'all watched it any and seen, what do you think about it?
You go first, Jordan.
Okay. Well, when they started doing it, started pulling people away, I was like, this is, I don't like it. And then slowly but surely, I couldn't believe it. It was like if they said, hey, man, pick a list of people you'd like to kick out of the PGA Tour. That's who they got. They got Brooks Koepka. I was like, cool. They got Kim Smith. I was like, that's fantastic. I like it. They just kept Bubba Watson, who I liked at one point, but they say he's a big jerk. I've seen a lot of videos of him just being super rude. So it's like all these people, and I was like, if they're gonna pull people, like they did a pretty good job for me. And then, but I feel like in a couple of years, I think they're gonna realize they messed up. I know it's a lot of money. They're making a lot of money. It's hard to, if that's all you're going for, I get it. But the prestige and the tradition of golf, like knowing you qualifying for majors and you're in good standing with the USGA and all that, I just feel like it's not worth it. And, they lost a lot of their endorsements. They're working on getting sponsors and stuff. Like when it all equals out, like, I don't know how you needed more money, but like you're probably not making as much as you expected. Like I think I saw one guy it's Patrick Reed. I think he's sponsored by Top Flight now. And I saw this thing. It was like Top Flight this part wasn't real, but it was like a message from the director. And it was like, Patrick Reed and Top Flight just make perfect sense. Like he sucks, we suck. Like that's just that was cool.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all, to be honest with you. To be really honest with you, remember they talked about it for a few years and just nothing ever. I really didn't think it'd ever work. And then when they come out and give Phil Mickelson, what'd they give this dude, like $100 million or something up front?
It was crazy.
Phil was pretty much washed already.
Yep.
He had moved on to the Champions Tour.
Yeah.
And then, but to an extent, so y'all tell me if I'm wrong. This is kind of how I see it a little bit. I think a majority of those guys was like, hey, man, like my winning days on the PGA are pretty much over. Not all of them, but probably 90% of them.
Yeah.
Like, what would you say? DJ Koepka, the Cam dude with the douchebag mustache.
Yeah.
They could probably still win on the PGA, right? After that, I can't really call somebody. I mean, even Shambo's kind of washed at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was almost like they said, okay, most likely we're not going to win there anymore. I can just take this big old bag of money over here and I don't have to really worry about winning no more. I can just pretty much go play like playing golf with my buddies. And, I'm still confused on how it works. They're on a team. I don't know. I just can't get into even researching it.
Yeah.
I did make myself mad. I was mad at myself because the last one or one before last, I clicked on YouTube just to see kind of what it was like. I told myself, don't do it, but I did it. And I maybe watched like at the most like 5 minutes and it didn't even look like it was serious to me, and then just to know they're not really playing for anything. I mean, you got all your money up front,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So, and there's no cut and you're on a team, but is it a scramble? Is it a shamble? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I don't knock the guys, for if the guys that is that need the money. Like you would say like, so $10 million sounds like a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, it is. Me personally, I can go home at $10 million.
Yeah.
Or the tax takes half of it. So I get $5 million. I could probably go home and figure it out, but I'm 55. That Cam dude is what, in his 20s or something?
Yeah.
And so, if he got, let's just say they gave him what, 30 million up front. I mean, it sounds like a whole lot of money, but it's really probably about 15 million in all actuality after taxes. Then he still got to pay, income tax. I'm not so sure that he could just go home like next month. I mean, maybe he could. I mean, but I get it. I get the older guys, like Phil Mickelson.
Right.
I mean, he would have been dumb not to do it. Mm-hmm. Even though back in the day, I used to kind of like that guy. I just can't stand to see him. Did y'all see him yesterday?
Yep.
He looks like he's doing meth. He can't weigh $150. He used to weigh like 280.
He's lost a lot of weight.
I like the big Phil. I don't like little Phil. Little Phil feels like
Big Luther and Little Luther.
What is he doing? I don't understand. So, and my wife used to get mad because when Koepka was rolling, and I'm a shoe guy, and Koepka's a shoe guy. I love the dude. So I would always say, hey, I got a man crush. And my wife would be like, don't say that. Well, that's my man crush. Well, I can't even stand the dude no more.
Yeah.
And if you like, did y'all watch the Netflix special?
Yeah.
He was kind of a jerk on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Jordan, you said Bubba Watson. You see them videos of him going off on his caddies and all that.
Yeah.
I used to love Bubba Watson.
Yeah.
You see his score today? He's washed.
Yeah. Well, Koepka, you kind of get the feel in the documentary that all his cockiness, all his arrogance, when he gets home, that gets washed off. That dude, he's a vulnerable dude when he sits on the couch.
Yeah, did you see how him dealing with his wife? I was like,
he's like, nobody cares about me. And you're like, he gets on the microphone. He's like, I'm the best in the world. I can beat anybody. And then he goes home and he's like, babe, nobody likes me. I'm like, no wonder you're going to live. You're scared to death.
He sounds like me after I get a triple on a hole. He's like, oh, man, I don't know if I'm ever going to get my game back. I'm terrible. Can't hit my 9-iron. Like, man, that's me.
Yeah, Jeff at Mystic Creek, I told him, I said, you better get it together. Figure your life out. This is ridiculous.
I got so mad at Mr. Creek on that one hole. Boy, I ain't been that mad a long time at golf, and I buried my lob wedge so deep in the ground, I had to work it out of there.
It was like sword in the stone.
Yeah.
I was like, is he even worthy to have that wedge anymore?
Is he worthy?
Yeah.
I was hot to trot, boy.
So they say Cam got 143 million. Yeah, this kind of like how I feel about it. Look, I didn't like the folk line. I respect Harold Varner because he point blank said it. It was for the money.
Harold Varner's gonna live.
Yeah. So he wasn't, Harold Varner had been close to winning a lot of tournaments. He hadn't won, but one, it was overseas somewhere. Then I think he won another one somewhere in the States. But this dude probably I think he ended up getting 50 million or something like that, whatever it was. He was I can't, there's too much money for me to turn down. Mm-hmm. And that's what all of them should have said. Because that's the truth.
Yeah.
And they got a quote from Harold Varner now and going around, and he basically said, you're not out here trying to grow the fucking game. You took that money because the money was too much, basically you just be honest about it. Don't sit here and get in this press conference and try to tell me, oh, I think it's going to make some changes come and yada, yada, yada. That's bullcrap, man. It was too much money. Lee Westwood, you weren't about to win no more tournaments or nothing. You took it for the money. Phil, he came and won the U.S. Open, but like you said, now he look like he's sick or something. Yeah. This dude went through it after that. Look, you can't expect to, look, trying to take the high moral ground and all that, I understand. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those people that live because of money or I can't do without money. Man, money come, money go. And maybe that's easy for me to say because of my life or whatever. I ain't never have a silver spoon in my mouth, but I've never been where I felt like I didn't know where I was going to eat the next day or whatever. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's easy for me to say. But at the same time, look, you can't live your life and think that money motivating you is going to win. It's not. Because eventually, either the money going to run out or something going to run out. Either you or the money, one or two, So just be honest about it. I thought it was the best thing to say. Look, it's because of the money. Point blank.
I was really surprised, y'all, when they was giving the amount you were hearing. I kept waiting for somebody to say, I never got the deposit. I'm going to come on back because the deposit. But I guess the deposits went through.
Yeah. Well, Koepka Actually, there was rumors of him saying, he wanted to come back to the PGA Tour.
Really?
Because, I believe that Koepka is one of those competitive guys. Like, he wants to be playing the best and beating the best. He don't want to be over here in this tour where I'm playing guys that's washed up. I want to beat the best. That's why you see him 7 on today. He got his opportunity today to show the world, hey, look, I still can play golf. Regardless of what tour I play on, I can still play golf. That's why he's 7 on today. I really believe that, I don't know. Cam Smith admitted that he said his game is not sharp anymore because when he got that check from Liv, he went and chill. He didn't pick up no club. He got the check. Oh, shoot, I can go chill out. I ain't got to worry about playing no golf anymore. And so when you're not hungry like that, you're not going to be able to week in and week out think you're going to be able to come and just pick up where you left off. We all know golf doesn't work like that.
That's right.
We think it doesn't work like that because we amateurs, but it doesn't work for the professionals like that. They can't put a club down today, not pick it up for 6 months and think when you pick it back up, you're going to be like you were 6 months ago. It just doesn't happen, or even I would assume putting it down for a month is a pretty long time between, like you can lose a lot in a month, Yeah. I know my game suffer a lot in a month. I don't know, Y'all tell me, y'all might be, Jeff over there is a superstar. So he's one player of the year. So he.
Yeah, Jeff could probably go a month, but, me and you, we probably need to, at least pick it up every couple of days, just swing it a little bit.
Right.
But, Jeff can go on vacation. He can go to Hawaii and whatever else and have a good old time.
But
I'm gonna tell you a quick story about me getting some running clubs. I can't remember where we went. We went somewhere. So I decided I wasn't gonna take my clubs. I'm gonna get me some running clubs. And I got a set, some kind of tailor-made set. And it was a SL. This was back when the SLDR driver it wasn't out that long, maybe a couple years or whatever. And the set had an SLDR driver in it. And man, when I tell you I've never driven the ball so well, I couldn't wait to get home to order me a SLDR offer. I couldn't wait to find one somewhere. I think I found one off eBay or something. And I don't even know why I ever got rid of the drive. It may have gotten stolen. I can't remember. But anyway, go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, like, the deal with these live guys, I mean, the way I look at it, and this is just being honest, if my boss came to me today or the owner and said, hey, man, we're going to pay you your salary 5 years in advance, right? We're going to just cut you a check today, 5 years in advance. Guess what? I'm not, even though I'm a good employee, I can just tell you, I'm not going to be that great. You know what I mean? Like, I'm probably not going to make sure all the doors are locked before I leave. Probably going to be a little late most of the time, and I'm probably going to call in sick a little bit here and there. And I mean, what's the motivation? You know what I mean? Like, you can't convince me if you got 100-something million, your motivations to go out and win this live trophy that nobody's ever care about, nor are they going to care about. And now it's starting to come out in their contract. If they want to leave and go back, and get off of live, it's going to cost them millions and millions of dollars. Like, they're stuck there. Like, I don't know. I didn't hear a time limit though, but I've heard it's pretty significant. It's like their days are over playing PGA golf. Like, I'll be honest with you, probably, man, I'm about the only one. I had forgot about Harold. Now I remember because I remember he put that statement out being real honest. But I mean, DJ, man, DJ could have been somebody on the PGA.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They just ruined their legacy to me. It wasn't worth it to me.
Did y'all hear Tiger talking about, the live did change some stuff for those guys on the PGA. They're going to get more money and this, that, and other. But now they're talking about having events, with no cut. And, Tiger, they asked him about it, and he's like, yeah, he didn't really agree with it. So he was basically saying, well, there's got to be a consequence for playing bad.
Yeah.
You can't show up at a PGA event and shoot a 90 and get a check.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we're back to what? Everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah.
But then they're going to say they're still going to pay everybody, which I do like that because, when you see a dude out there, so, Simmons Bank started in Arkansas, and you see dudes out there wearing Simmons Bank on their shirt, guess what? I mean, they're staying at the Super 8. And they're probably driving their mom's Odyssey van around. You know what I'm saying? And they're not going to make a lot of cuts. So they need a check. You know what I mean? So I'm happy for them that even if they don't make the cut, they're going to get, I think, $6,000, which, to the rich dude, ain't, that sounds like peanuts. But to me, if I was out there, you pay me, I'm going to play. I'm going to be like, oh boy, I'm going to play every tournament.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't make a cut, you're going to eventually be back on the Corn Ferry. But still, I've watched a lot of documentaries, man. A lot of those, and I call them kids because I'm old now, but a lot of those kids struggle out there on the road, man.
Yeah. I actually, I interviewed a guy. He plays on the APGA tour, and it's a struggle. And he's an older guy. He's like early 40s, and it's a struggle.
Young.
Yeah, so like when you get sponsors and stuff, it's a big deal because they help pay for stuff. Like it keeps you, and then you trying to. Before the pandemic, he was working at Top Golf, and so then after that, they kind of laid him off or whatever. So it's kind of like, because you still have to pay to get into this stuff and stuff, and then you got to pay for your hotel, you got to pay for your transportation.
Got to pay your caddy.
Yeah, your caddy. That's why a lot of them drive everywhere because it's.
Yep.
It's less expensive than trying to fly everywhere, Yeah. But I don't know, man. And he actually said, I take a check from Live Golf if they offer it, So, hey, I can't knock it, I mean, they say everybody has their price. I hope that I don't have a price. And if it is, it's just a lot that somebody can't even afford, If I got a price, I hope, But yeah, Jordan, so man, we appreciate you coming on, man. And is there anything else you want to say about your win, man? Because this is your opportunity to get it out there.
I think just playing alongside Jeff was probably the biggest X factor to my victory. He's out there, just every hole, you see him just grinding, and you're like, man, I need to do that too. I really need to focus. He slammed a club a couple of times, and it ended up being, I think, me comforting him a lot of times too. But you know what? We're out there for each other. If it felt good to get the first one of the year because the Jonesboro one got rescheduled, but hoping to duplicate it down the road. So
I will say this though, this is what's crazy about this kind of golf, and I've told the story on here before about how I got into Golf Week, but like me and Jordan, we just like instantly hit it off when we first met.
Yep.
He approached me and said something about my shoes, and then it just something that simple. But I would have never met Jordan without playing in Golf Week. That's how we first met in Golf Week. And and that was, I don't know how many years that's been now, at least 3, probably 4 maybe. But like I wouldn't, like Arthur, I would have never known you if I didn't get into playing these kind of golf tournaments. And just to be like honest, like, a lot of golfers, they're kind of jerks, you know what I mean? like you go somewhere to play just on the weekend, just for fun. And I was raised in a way, man, you walk past somebody, you say hello,
Right.
They do walk right past you. They don't speak, say nothing. You know what I mean? I've walked past people at the county jail nicer than some of these golfers I was going around. But for the most part, playing these tournament golf, man, everybody is like real cool.
Yeah.
And when I met Jordan, his brother, I thought it was dad and son. So that was a long running joke for me for a little while. Jordan thought it was funny. His brother, he wasn't happy about it at all. But, when I won at Mystic Creek last year, but I was in Division 5 at the time. And I shot, I think, a 101. And I don't watch my score, but I could tell I got to 18. I could tell I was probably in the 100. So I figured, I'm losing. And some guy's with me that wasn't on our tour. And he says, hey, man, better hit a good one here. And I okay, should hit a good one everywhere. He goes, no, you're up 4 strokes. I was like, four strokes of what? He was the lead. I was like, oh, man. So I get done and I win. And I was telling Larry, I was like, man, I just don't feel real good about this. He's like, why? I said, dude, a 101, man. Like, I don't even know if that. He goes, look where you're playing though. Like you got to think this place adds 10 strokes at least to your game. And I still didn't really think about it much. I was like, well, then I go back this year, and I really kind of tried to soak it in. And I was like, shoot, man, like to break 100 here for us, even in Division III, I would say to break 100 is, I mean, it's an accomplishment there.
Yeah.
Jordan. You said, I felt the same way. Honestly, I was like, man, I really didn't play that great. Mm-hmm. Well, the course will humble you. I went and looked after, and out of everybody, Division 1 through 5, 3 people shot under 90.
Yeah.
I mean,
really?
Yeah.
Hey, and what was it, Jordan? Like a week or two before ours, Golf Week played there. And I think it's either Champ Flight or A Flight. I can't remember which. The guy that won it shot like 93. I think it was Champ Flight.
Yeah.
A Flight, I think a 97 won it. And that's just how difficult the place is. And I was telling Jordan, most of the time when a course is that difficult, like I just don't like it. I'm like, I'm never coming back here. But there's different for me. It's so nice. The people are nice. The place is just so nice, it's hard not to like it. If they just wouldn't have made the green so freaking difficult, but I get it. Because the guy that did it wanted it to be like Augusta, that's what he's trying to pattern after.
Yeah. Well,
Jordan, I don't know. Jordan, what do we do next year? I mean, what's the strategy? You got to hit a flat spot on the green.
Yeah, I'm not good enough to strategize there. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I can't hit that little 6x6 circle and let it roll out. And
but remember how dirty you did me on number 2, though?
I do.
I said, I hit that pitching wedge and I lost it. I lost it in the air. You said, no, dude, it's right on the front of the green.
And it was.
I said, okay, cool. Never saw it. I go, what are you talking about, dude? There's no ball up here on the green. I'm telling you, Jeff, it landed right here on the front of the green. Which it did probably, and it rolled right in the water. That's just not fair for anyone.
Yeah. I watched it.
Set up like what's them things called at the bowling alley? The bumper lanes. They should set them up at Mystic Creek around the water when the amateurs play.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Bumper pads at the golf course.
Cover that water up.
Man.
So, John, what course are you looking forward to playing this year, man?
I mean, that Branson one circled.
Yeah, you going?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I'm pumped about that because we've been wanting to play Paynes Valley anyway. So to go and get to play with APT, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I kind of want a rematch with Country Club of Arkansas because, man, I'll tell you, like Mystic Creek is by far, it's a tougher course, but the last time we played Country Club of Arkansas, they set those greens up to be dirty. Like they were putting them right on the edge of breaks and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. No one played good there. And so I kind of want to play there again, see how that goes.
So when is the Country Club of Arkansas?
It's the next one. It's
weeks,
22nd and 23rd. Oh yeah. So I had signed up for St. Louis to go up there and play Ambrow on the 23rd and Wing Haven on the 24th. So I talked to Larry and he was like, yeah, man, you don't want to go up there and play those courses. You got to come over here and play over here. I was like, Larry, I already signed up. Well, they give you your money back. You can go to council. I was like, okay, maybe I'll think about it or whatever. Yeah. So, Jeff, you going to be there?
No, I'm going to Ambrow for that 2-day in June.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll be at Country Club Arkansas. Yeah.
Are you going? Is it really nice?
It's okay. It's nothing like Mystic Creek. Like Mystic Creek.
I'll be honest with you. It could be nice, but it just seems like they don't take a lot of pride in it.
Yeah,
that's what frustrates me about some courses. But
yeah,
that last time we played it, remember, Jordan? It was wet that day, and it just had a lot of issues that day.
Oh, it was rough. So
the layout is really cool, but I don't know. It just they don't take care of it like I think they should. But I'll tell you, Jordan, if you I mean, you ever want to go play a crazy course, a nice course, this one in St. Louis that I went and played last year, it's called Annbriar. It's really not in St. Louis. It's in Iowa.
Illinois. It's in Illinois.
It's in Illinois, but it's like right across the bridge.
Yeah.
And so me and my wife were staying in St. Louis. And so I get up early, to head out there. And I get over the bridge and I'm going. Next thing you know, dude, I'm in the middle of cornfields. And I'm like, man, I think my navigation's wrong, bro. There's no way there's a golf course out here. And you just drive through cornfields. It's like that movie. What was that movie?
Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was starting to get a little creepy out there.
I swear if I had seen somebody with their black fingernail polish on, I'd have been jetting back to St. Louis.
It was creepy for me. And the next thing you know, dude, here's a golf course.
Yep.
And it is like plush. Super plush. The fairways, super plush. Then I get done. I can't believe how nice the place is. I'm just bragging and bragging. Finally, a guy working there tells me, he goes, yeah, man, this is a municipal course. I was like, shut your mouth. He goes, no, for real. I go, boy, a municipal course in Arkansas is a cow pasture.
Yeah.
What it is. But yeah, if you ever get a chance, Jordan, it is like super nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's crazy how nice it was.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So what about y'all got a lot of stuff coming up. You got Glenwood Country Club.
I just played there in a scramble.
Are y'all coming back to Ridge Point in Jonesboro?
Yeah.
Yeah, he rescheduled it.
Yeah. I'll be there for that one. Malvern Country Club.
I've never played there.
I haven't either.
I can't
Cypress
imagine.
Creek.
Cypress Creek. That's Cabot, Jordan.
Yeah, I don't think I played there either.
I don't think was that the one that's got the two courses, one in the front?
Oh, yeah, I have played there.
It's pretty cool. Cypress
is.
Creek is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Southern Oaks.
That's Jacksonville. I've never played there.
Eagle Crest.
Eagle Crest, Alma. It's pretty good.
Eagle Crest is a beast. It's long.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Then your local major at Russellville.
I like that Russellville course.
I do too.
Yeah.
And then the finals at Greystone.
I like Greystone.
Yep, I do too.
Yeah.
I like Greystone.
So yeah, are y'all excited about the North American Championship in Myrtle Beach on the weekend this time? This first time ever. They got. I can tell you now. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell y'all this, but
We won't tell nobody.
they're doing some extra things now. They're bringing in, like, they got a special guy that's handling some stuff. So I'm just saying they're going all out for this one.
Like strippers or something?
Huh?
Strippers or something like that?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are we doing?
I didn't hear that strippers were involved.
Bringing Magic City on the road?
I don't know. Tell me. I've only been to Myrtle Beach. I've never been to Myrtle Beach, matter of fact. So I don't know how the strip clubs out there. I don't know.
I don't think I've ever been there. Well, maybe when I was a young kid with my mom, I think we went there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can make that trip, though. I don't know if I can be able to pull that off or not.
You can do it, man.
I ain't even qualified. Jordan could tell you. I was out there slapping it around the other day the way I'm playing.
Hey, man. This is early in the season. We all struggling right now. It's early in the season. We've had a lot of rain. Nobody been able to play no golf. Really, the winners, I'm telling you, most of the winners probably been more luck than it's been. They probably either got a lot of practice in right before or it's been a lot of luck. Jordan, you can tell me you have been the winner. Which one was it?
Luck.
Let me tell you something about Jordan. Jordan, bro, I told him to his face too, man. This dude has really gotten so much better. Like he's a lot better than he ever has been.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
I treat him like my son because he probably could be. Because I got a son graduating 06, so he got to be the same age as Jordan around there. So I'm dusty old, but he and Arthur don't agree with me on this, Jordan. But I don't watch the score, and Arthur wants me to check it a few holes towards the last.
Yeah, I told him you gotta look on 18. You have to.
Yeah. But Jordan looked around. Jordan looked at like number 9.
No,
his whole life up.
You don't want to do that. Don't look at the turn.
He knew better.
I went, and this is at Mystic Creek too. I went par, bogey. That's to close out the front nine. And I was like, I'm gonna look because I think that's pretty good. And it was like, oh, I'm up 7 strokes, triple, double.
Dang! It happens every time, man.
Yep. I was like, Jeff, I'm falling apart.
We get to this par 5. He's like, it looks super narrow. I mean, it looks like this, right? He goes, what are you hitting here? I said, only club I can hit today is a driver. And he's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Look how narrow that is. I don't think you ought to hit driver. I said, I'm hitting it, buddy. He goes, I forget it. I'm hitting it too. So I was like, forget it. I'm going first. I'm getting it over with. I just knew I was going to smash this dude into the creek. I mean, I flushed it right down the middle. Next guy up, flies it over into the woods. Next guy, almost in the woods. Here comes Jordan. He's like sitting there. I was like, oh, he's overthinking it. He gets it about 100 yards over to the right. I was like, well, it's playable. He's like, man, I should have looked at the score. I try to tell you.
I'm hoping to eventually get better with that kind of, knowing the pressure and the nerves and stuff. Didn't perform well that time at all, but I'm hoping maybe with time I get more comfortable with it. But to have the lead, is an awesome thing. Haven't been there a lot, so it's like you look and you're like, "Whoa, I got a chance to win this thing." It's like, well, there's 9 holes left, you idiot. 9 holes left. So,
you talking to a man that lost I had a 9-stroke lead going into day 2, and it was a wrap.
Yeah,
I never had a chance from the first hole. And then the bad thing about it is I still had a 1-stroke lead going in on 18.
Oh, man.
Wow.
And PP'd it right away. Just there you go. You can have it.
Yeah.
But it was probably for my good anyway. I probably didn't need to win that. That's how
a few years ago on Golf Week, we're playing their finals at my home course here in Hot Springs. They got 2 different courses at this place. First day I shoot 85. I got like a 9-stroke lead going into the next day. The next day, the course is real hard for me, though. A lot of dog legs. I'm super nervous for some reason. And I love this man to death. He's the best dude. But at the time, he was 77 years old. And he teed off and he hit it 150. And then he hit it another 150. And he chipped on and he either made par or bogey. And the dude beat me by 3 strokes.
Wow.
Talk about humbling, buddy. My buddy's like, you could have teed off with a pitching wedge. Here you are, slapping his driver all around. You could have just hit pitching wedge all day and beat the dude. I'm like, I don't want to hear it right this minute.
Well, Jordan, man, we appreciate you coming on, man. I thank you for coming on and telling us your story about your high school sweetheart that you married to now for 20. Well, y'all been dating for 20 years.
Yeah.
And how old are your kids, man?
We got a 9-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Oh, man. So you spaced ours out a little bit, huh?
Yeah. I was like, I ain't doing no 20-year thing. We're gonna have a baby. We're gonna get this thing done.
Yeah, get it all done. Hey, we're gonna be talking to you in about 11 years, and you're gonna be like, "That gum, it must be a curse."
Oh God, don't put that on me, Arthur.
No, man, well, we appreciate you coming on, man. Really enjoyed you coming on, and hopefully, man, it won't be your last win, and you're gonna be
It won't.
Jeff going to D3 soon, so you don't have to worry.
I'm going back to D5. I'll come back down with Jordan.
Hey, my handicap is like right on the board. I was like, dang, I need to go on back down to D5 because I'm playing like garbage right now. But I look back and it's just the way it goes, man. You'll get better by the end of the year and you'll be back to yourself. Don't worry about it. I know Jeff will. He gonna go out there and work hard and grind. I bet he about to go to the driving range right now.
Oh, he's fired up. Look at him.
Wishing I had a simulator right now.
I know, right? All right, man. I appreciate you fellas, man. Y'all have a good one, man.
All right.
It was fun. Appreciate it.
Yeah, all right, man.
Y'all.
Thanks,
Get some orange juice, Jordan.
What'd you say, Jeff?
Get some orange juice.
Oh, no. Water. We'll see y'all.
See y'all.
Thank you for listening to the Burn the Edge podcast. This has been part 2 of our interview with Jordan Kimbriel. Thank you for listening. Please like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thank you again.